us Angelinos paid for her to travel abroad to Ghana, okay? For what? For something important that's going to benefit the people of Los Angeles? No, to watch their incoming president get inaugurated.
Well, these are questions that need answers. We got a lot of dual citizen. She's probably Ghanaian American, and there you go.
Could it be when we're doing an independent investigation?
President-elect Trump has blamed you for this crisis. He called you incompetent.
And it turns out that Gavin Newsom absolutely is incompetent while giving the appearance of someone who's poised to be a president. Now, we'll get to all those details in just a minute, but it is important to understand that California Democrats are absolutely getting blasted for their inept leadership and lack of fire preparedness in the lead up to the devastating fires that have ravaged large parts of Los Angeles County, devastated areas, including the Pacific Palisades, Altadena, California, which is near Pasadena. Now, Donald Trump in particular has been
before we get to Donald Trump, this is Ana Kasparian raging on the left's failures on everything possible, right? And so, first of all, before we even start this episode, I want to ask God to please cover the people in California, help them along this struggling journey that they're getting ready to go through, that they're going through now. Anybody who's lost, anybody, please comfort them. God, please clear their minds so that they can make effective decisions in a calm manner to, get through this horrendous situation, okay? Crisis, all right? Now that we've got that out the way, this is definitely something to rage about and be angry about because a lot of things went wrong. This is a first world country, and we look bad. We look really bad, right? Like, we got to talk about things for what it is. And the problem is, we live in a country of lies. The American citizen is lied to every second. I just seriously feel like I can't keep up with the lies. But on this channel, we're going to try to break down some of the lies. You guys are going to hear things here that you won't hear anywhere else on YouTube. Okay, there's another channel that I found some information from, and I'm doing some research. But let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Let's go ahead and get into it.
The governor of California, Gavin Newsom, who just keeps getting caught in various lies, including the one that you're about to hear.
The reservoirs are completely full, the state reservoirs here in Southern California. That mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us.
We do know, though, from reporting here locally that one reservoir that serves the Palisades was not full.
And that's exactly what triggered my desire to get the investigation to understand what was happening with that local reservoir that was not a state system reservoir, which the president-elect was referring to.
Why did you say all the reservoirs were full? And then when you're hit with the facts of one of the major reservoirs being completely empty, well, that's why I'm calling for investigations. And, that's not a state reservoir. I'm going to pass the buck. Please don't blame me. It's not my fault, even though I am the governor of this state. That's who Gavin Newsom is. In every single interview that he has done amid these wildfires, if you listen carefully, all he does is look for other people to blame. Oh, it's the city government. Oh, it wasn't the state government. No. You're the top dog, politically speaking, in the state of California, and he has failed the people of California, not just in regard to the current wildfires, but he has consistently failed the people of California in response to these wildfires, the aftermath of the wildfires. I mean, just take a look at what happened in Paradise, California. Okay, the so-called Camp Fire, which absolutely destroyed that community, robbed people of their homes as a result of PG&E, one of the electrical utilities here in this country, in this state. He bailed them out. This is who Gavin Newsom is, and I have a lot more to get to. But Cenk, I want to give you an opportunity to weigh in.
Well, yeah, all right. We don't even really need Cenk all the way to weigh in, but she's right about that. With that being Gavin Newsom, but there's more to it. There's a lot more to it. And, there's the DEI situation that's coming into play here. But we're going to, just stick with me, guys. We're going to get some more information from Ana. Guys, please stick with me. Give me a long duration, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and notification bell, because this is a very important episode. And I'm not going to make it long, but this is a very important episode.
It's because of the fact that it needed repairs to a floating cover so debris doesn't get into the water. And it's been empty for nearly a year. Why has it been empty for a year? Well, because constructing anything, building anything in this state, thanks to the environmental activists, or I should say, thanks to the individuals in this state who use environmentalism as this shield in order to pass regulations to make it incredibly difficult to build anything, including housing, right? They've succeeded at that. So to build anything, whether it's a reservoir, whether it's a repair to a reservoir, whether it's building a house, whether it's building anything, becomes incredibly expensive, becomes incredibly difficult to do, takes years on end. The last reservoir that was built in the state of California was built in the year, it was completed in the year 2000. Groundbreaking on that reservoir began in 1995. Explain to me how the fifth largest economy globally, the state of California, has that much difficulty building a reservoir. 5 years? Last one again was finished, completed in the year 2000. In 2014, voters in California overwhelmingly supported a ballot measure to support building more reservoirs in the state in order to bulk up our water infrastructure because we live in a drought-prone state. That passed in 2014. Funding was attached to it. You want to know how many reservoirs have been built since 2014? Zero.
Right, so on the topic of reservoirs, right, and I don't know, this is getting glossed over. She's right about everything she's saying. Of course, she has every right to be very angry. Guys, have you ever heard of people owning reservoirs? Yes. Meet the Resnicks, okay? The Koch brothers of California Water. We're going to just take a quick read here because these kind of things are very important for us to know because it's like, what is going on? You know what I mean? And this comes to us by way of Truth Teller from Twitter. Guys, if you want to follow Truth Teller, he has a lot of different kind of controversial facts, but they are facts, and facts don't care about your feelings. There's certain words I will not say because I don't need the thing picking me up. Guys, please keep with me, okay? Please keep up with me, okay? So, okay, guess why there have been droughts in California? Meet the Resnicks, the Koch brothers of California Water, the special billionaires. Stuart Resnick's Paramount Farms Company has been growing water-intensive nut tree crops in the Central Valley. A single almond can require up to 1.1 U.S. gallons of water. This has drawn criticism from California's long ongoing drought, but that's not the worst part. Like, okay, fine, you have a nut factory or whatever, it's pistachios and stuff. By the way, that they are able to work with our politicians to get to sanction Iran for pistachios, and then they get to sell their pistachios. I know it sounds crazy, okay, but I want you to understand the kind of connections people have. Like, it's ridiculous, right? And on this channel, we talk about all inconvenient truths. In addition, the Resnicks own a majority stake in Kern Water Bank, one of California's largest underground water storage facilities. It is capable of storing 500 billion gallons of water. The acquisition through private ownership derives water sales profit from taxpayer developed resource infrastructure while California suffers under drought and now under fire. It gets better. In 2015, it was revealed that the Resnicks and the other farmers have been watering their workers and treating fracking wastewater. A water cycling program in California allows oil companies to sell wastewater to landowners, including farmers, like wonderful company owned by the Resnicks. So the thing is, it's even worse than that, right? Like, okay, so they own the water. They own the water reservoirs in California. I mean, hold on, because it just has to turn into something else, right? I'm trying not to make this take too long, and I'm doing this kind of like it's a live, but it's imperative that I respect you and give you the truth.
While 40 million Californians suffer through unprecedented drought, one billionaire couple owns a massive share of the state's water system, seized in a series of secretive meetings 2 decades ago. That system was largely paid for by the very taxpayers whose water these billionaires hold hostage. Urban water systems are desperate for water, but in 2023, they'll receive just 5% of what they requested from the state. The Resnicks are the biggest farmers in California. As of 2007, they owned 4 San Francisco's worth of farmland. And nearly half of Americans buy at least one of their products. Their pistachios, their pomegranate juice, their mandarins, their flowers. It's all under one massive umbrella, the Wonderful Company, a privately owned company worth at least $5 billion. The majority owners, the Resnicks, are worth at least $8 billion. How were they able to take over such a large percentage of what should be a shared public resource? This is The Classroom from More Perfect Union.
All right, and then we will give a shout out to this channel. And I gotta be careful, like, I don't want to take too long, but let's just look at it a little bit more because, guys, please stick with me.
They wanted more water. Linda and Stuart Resnick, and they had a lot of political power. We'll get to that. In 1994, state water officials, water infrastructure contractors, and agricultural landowners with water rights arranged a secretive meeting at a resort in Monterey Bay, California. These groups, a mix of private companies and public agencies, rewrote California's water rules without any input from voters, taxpayers, or legislators. The new rules, called the Monterey Plus Agreement or the Monterey Amendments, were devastating for working Californians, and great for agriculture billionaires. The original code included urban preference, a long-standing rule that in times of drought, the state water board would give urban areas, where people live, access to water supplies before agricultural interests. Monterey axed that. That means that in times of drought, the water systems for normal Californians would have to buy water from private companies because they weren't getting it from the state. The new agreement also loosened regulations on paper water. That's water that doesn't necessarily exist anywhere but on paper.
Okay, so then I have to be careful because I'm probably going to have to, like, copyright this a certain way. Now, these people have connections with Dianne Feinstein.
In here, and you say it has to be my way or the highway.
Chair of the Energy and Water Subcommittee. She's a close personal friend of the Resnicks, attending their holiday parties in Aspen and maintaining their financial interests. A quick look through the bills she sponsored shows several which would direct money to Kern adjacent water projects. The Resnicks even ask her for things directly. When a pesky study about endangering salmon and shad fisheries threatened the Delta Tunnel, Stewart wrote a letter to Feinstein demanding a new study. She immediately forwarded it to the Obama administration.
Okay, and so then there you go, right? This is what we're dealing with, right? Okay? I'll let it marinate. I'll just let it marinate.
Zero. This state is an utter joke because of the people who are governing it.
But yet she never touches on this. You know what I mean? And so let me see what she says. Like we got her at every crazy moment.
Terrible, hazardous wildfire situation. I would hurry up and fill that reservoir. Not really concerned about the debris getting into that reservoir because we might need a reservoir specifically to fight fires. She didn't do that though, did she, Jank? She knew about the wind. She knew they were coming. And what did she do? She went on a taxpayer-funded trip. Us Angelinos paid for her to travel abroad to Ghana, okay? For what? For something important that's going to benefit the people of Los Angeles? No, to watch their incoming president get inaugurated. Yeah. You are the mayor of a major city. You're not a diplomat. You're not an ambassador. What the F are you doing in Ghana?
Well, these are questions that need answers. You know, we got a lot of dual citizen. You know, she's probably Ghanaian American, and there you go. You know, she's a mayor now. You know what I mean? And she doesn't care, right? But we got to get mad about everything. And so people aren't going to really talk about the truth about this situation, all of the truth. All of it is a mess. The DEI, everything. You know, the LA Fire Department it doesn't have enough people working in it. While they purged a bunch of very good, qualified firefighters because of the lollipop. Y'all know what the lollipop is. I don't even know where to begin or where to end. By the way, we have a foreign nation that works with us with our water cybersecurity. But y'all already know what it is. It's a bit too familiar. I don't know, it's a bit too comfortable. Anyway, guys, keep it locked right here where you will get the inconvenient truth, guys. I'll see you at the next one. Bye.